coming in on a wing and a prayer. Yes, this is your life from the flight deck of Concorde. Left hand down a bit. That's better. And the glamorous woman I'm hoping to surprise is travelling on Concorde at this moment from New York to London. She's certainly travelled a long way since her birth in a terraced house in a cobbled street in Armley, near Leeds. Now she's due at Heathrow any moment for a dinner, she thinks, with her tycoon publisher. So all I've got to do is stop this thing. Barbara, did you have a nice journey?
Yes.
Well, I hope you did, because I'm going to take you on another journey now, a sentimental one, because tonight, Barbara Taylor Bradford, this is your life.
Oh, my...
Don't go away. Do you remember me?
Hello. Bob, did you
Bob,
know?
Nice to see you. Thank you very much for keeping our secret across the Atlantic.
I can't believe it. Did you know? Why didn't you tell me?
He knew.
Oh, Michael.
Well, I hope it's a pleasant surprise.
Well, it's a shock. It's a shock.
Am I going to ask her to come and fly with me now?
Well, as long as it's you.
Thanks. As well as all these friends and colleagues from the world of publishing, including Mark Barty King and Jonathan Lloyd, we have some other familiar faces, and our Concorde doesn't fly from Leeds, so we got up a coach party. Your cousin Vivian and close friend Marjorie.
Yes, I know.
With husbands Sam and Nobby. Your old friend Bobby Kaplan.
Yes.
Your aunt and uncle Madge and Harold Holdsworth. And from teenage days, Barbara and Jack Sambrook.
Yes.
Of course, your books and television series have no stauncher fans. A Woman of Substance, Hold the Dream, To Be the Best, recently essential viewing for millions, Act of Will, and that blockbuster, Voice of the Heart. We hear first from James Brolin, his wife Jan Withers, and another young lady determined to get her voice heard.
I imagine you're totally disoriented now. And, we're just really happy to be here to join you. I want to, thank you especially for last summer and all your writing and.
And over at the Columbia Studios in Hollywood, another voice from the heart, co-star in that series, Lindsay Wagner, who is joined by a couple of unscheduled performers, her sons Alex and Dorian.
Hello, Barbara. As you can see, I'm at the studio in Hollywood working on my new series, Peaceable Kingdom, rather than with you in London on this happy evening. I did, however, so want to be a part of your life tonight, because you've definitely become a part of mine.
Well, Barbara Taylor Bradford, this is your life, a life that began light years away from Hollywood's Sunset Boulevard. The family home was here, Town Street, Armley in Leeds, and you were the much-loved only child of Winston and Frida Taylor. There's your father when he was in the Royal Navy, later he was an engineer, and your mother when she was a young nurse. Aged just 3, you've a head for fashion in your cloche hat. And here you are, aged 5, a beach belle at Bracing, Bridlington. And here, in the Sunday School Panto, it looks as though a future on the boards might beckon. But writing is your first love.
It certainly was, Barbara. In fact, when you wrote your first book, you were only 7.
Yes, the school friend who lived opposite you in Town Street, Armley, back in the 30s, Alma Naylor. Well, who would have believed all these years on from that 7 and 6 postal order you'd be flying Concorde into London for dinner with friend and publisher tycoon Rupert Murdoch.
Hello, Barbara. I know you've just come off the Concorde to join me for dinner in London tonight. And I hope you'll forgive me, for my part, in conspiring with Bob to bring you to this show. I'm terribly sorry that last-minute business matters have kept me from being with you in person to share in the story of your incredible success. But I'm delighted to be able to offer you my very best wishes and congratulations all the way from New York. It's rare for writers who consistently hit the top of the bestseller lists to be also a delight to know. So I'll be seeing you soon, and have a wonderful evening tonight.
Now, still only 12, you were eager to get into print again. And one day, on a visit to the local summer fair, you seize what you think might be your big chance.
Uncle Don, can you lend me 2pence, quickly?
She was at the fair too that day, your Aunt Jean Taylor, and with her, her husband, the aforementioned Uncle Don. Now, not surprisingly, when you leave school at 15, you head straight for the Leeds office of the Yorkshire Evening Post, ready to throw yourself into journalism at the deep end. But you only make the typing pool. Your non-stop pleading with the editor to give you a trial in the reporter's room pays off, and there you are at 17, a fragrant hackhead. One day, a senior colleague is assigned to cover a posh annual dinner in the city and asks if you'd like to go with him. That evening, he calls at your modest home in Town Street.
And Barbara, when you opened the door, I remember thinking you were the most elegant newshound I'd ever seen.
Your date that night, back in 1951, former Yorkshire Evening Post reporter Barry Farnell. Your job in London is fashion editor of Woman's Own, and the lass from Leeds has no trouble becoming a London gal. Your new friends are in journalism, publicity, advertising and films, including an actress girlfriend you first met 36 years ago. We've quite a dossier on her too. Take a look at what she's been up to.
Oh, well, some girls have all the luck.
It's Lois.
Who is she, James?
She is me, Miss Moneypenny. And kindly omit the customary byplay with 007. He's dining with me and I don't want him to be late.
So there's hope for me yet.
Moneypenny, won't you ever believe me?
Yes, your friend, the actress, became Miss Moneypenny, no less. She's polished her nails and caught the first plane from her home in Toronto. Lois Maxwell.
She's here? We're attached for life.
They're caught up here. All this jewellery's got entangled. Well, the story goes on. It's March 1960, and your next move is to a new magazine aimed at the large post-war American population in the capital, entitled, not surprisingly, The London American. The editor was a Londoner down to his bootlaces. Today, perhaps even more so. He's up the frog and toad tonight in his own studio at Sky Television. Your editor nearly 30 years ago, Derek Jameson.
Hello, Barbara. Yes, it's me, Jameson, reminding you of those loony days in the early 60s when we worked together on a weekly newspaper called The London American. I knew then you were a girl going places fast.
In 1976, you started to mine the rich seams of your Yorkshire background. The result, that first family saga, a woman of substance. Your new celebrity status makes you a friend of the stars, and they don't shine more brightly than someone who is in Madrid tonight, probably the world's most romantic singer, Julio Iglesias.
Well, Barbara, you know, then first I love you very much. For many reasons, I admire you deeply. But I don't want to make a confession in front of Bob, your husband, and I'm in love with you. But the truth is, then, the times we've been together, talking for hours, I always learn something from you.
You have another friend who must be included in this chapter. She is, after all, by your side with every line that you write, and she can't wait for you to get back to New York. Yes, the faithful Jemmy. Now, is she really your constant companion during those writing hours?
Under the desk, though, not at the typewriter.
I think she's looking for inspiration here.
Ah, gems.
The muse has her in its grip. I wonder what the result will be. Yes, here's the typewriter.
Oh, how sweet. When was this filmed?
Nice typing. She's been working her fingers to the bone, remember? And the Hollywood actress, herself an English Rose, who played the part based on your mother, also co-starred in your series Voice of the Heart. And though she has to be in New York tonight, she talks to you now. Victoria Tennant.
Hello, Barbara. I couldn't be in London tonight, but I wanted to be a part of This Is Your Life because I feel I am a part of your life, having just played Audra in Act of Will, whom you based on your mother.
Lastly, Barbara, we went back to Armley to find someone who knows firsthand the dedication of your parents in moulding your success. What's more, at the age of 87, she is here tonight, your former headmistress, Jenny Plowman.
Wonderful. Barbara, you have excelled and stood tall.
Barbara Taylor Bradford, This Is Your Life.